There's a financial strategy that's been quietly building generational wealth for over a century. And chances are you've never heard of it. Not because it doesn't work, but because the people who use it don't talk about it. The Rockefellers used it, the Rothschilds, Walt Disney, J.C. Penney, Ray Kroc. And here's the crazy part, it's not complicated, it's not risky, and it's not reserved for billionaires. It's just hidden. Today, I'm going to show you the wealth strategy that completely changed the way I see money. And by the end of this video, it's going to change how you see it too. Because once you understand this, you can never unsee it. Let me ask you something. What if I told you that almost everything you've been taught about money is backwards? They pay you pennies while they lend your money out at 10 times the rate. Invest in the stock market, hope it goes up, panic when it crashes, and pray that you don't need the money before you're 65. Here's the truth. The wealthy do not follow those rules. They don't save. They don't wait. They don't hope. They control. And the difference between controlling your money and hoping your money works out, that's the difference between financial freedom and financial anxiety. So here's the question that I want you to sit with. What if there was a way to keep your money liquid, growing, and accessible all at the same time? What if you could use that same dollar twice, fund your life, and build your legacy simultaneously? That's not fantasy. That's exactly what this 100-year-old strategy does. Let me take you back to 1906. That's when the Rockefeller family, already insanely wealthy, made a decision that would shape their destiny for the next century and beyond. They did not just invest in oil, didn't just build monopolies. They built a private banking system using whole life insurance policies. Now, I know what you're thinking. Life insurance? That's boring. That's what funeral homes push on the grieving families. Yeah, that's exactly what they want you to think. Because while you're chasing crypto gains and penny stocks, the ultra wealthy are quietly doing something entirely different. Here's what most people don't understand. When you put money in a savings account, you lose control. The bank pays you back 0.5% interest while they lend your money out at 7%. You're funding their profits. When you put money in a 401k, you lose access. Touch it before you're 59 and a half, penalties, taxes, the IRS gets paid before you do. Every single one of these moves gives away your power. But what if you could flip the script? What if instead of being at the mercy of the banks, the markets, and timelines, you could operate exactly how they do? The strategy is called infinite banking, and it's built on one simple, powerful concept. You become the bank, and here's how it works. Instead of putting your money into a savings account that pays you nothing or a retirement account you can't touch, you fund a specially designed whole life insurance policy. Now, this isn't the garbage life insurance your employer offers. This is a high cash value policy specifically designed for banking. And here's where it gets wild. Uninterrupted compounding. Your money grows every year, guaranteed tax-free. But here's the thing. When you need money for a car, a business investment, an emergency, anything, you don't withdraw it. You actually are borrowing against it. And while you're using that money, your cash value in your policy keeps growing as if you never even touched it. Yeah, listen to that again. Your money compounds while you use it. Think about that. Every time you've ever taken money out of a savings or sold an investment to fund something, you stopped the compounding. You killed that growth. But with this strategy, the compounding never stops. You use the money and you keep earning on it. It's the closest thing to using the same dollar twice. Now let's talk about control. When you borrow from your policy, you set the repayment terms. Not a bank, not a loan officer, you. You can repay it back over 5 years, over 10 years, or never if you decide to, because here's the secret. You're not paying them back, you're paying yourself back. Every dollar of interest you pay, it goes back into your own system, not into Wells Fargo's quarterly earnings report. You're recapturing the interest that's used to disappear into someone else's policy. And here's the part that seals the deal. When you die, and we all will, that policy pays out a death benefit to your family tax-free. So you spent your entire life using the money, borrowing against it, paying yourself back, and when you're gone, your family gets that beautiful lump sum that's often 2 or 3 times what you even put into it. That's not just wealth, that is building legacy. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like in real life. You're 35, you start funding a policy with $500 a month. 5 years later, you need $30,000 to start a side business. Instead of going to the bank and begging for approval, you call your policy. The money's in your account within days. You grow the business. It absolutely takes off, and you pay yourself back over time. But here's the thing. Even while you're repaying yourself, your cash value in your policy is still compounding. Fast forward 10 years, your kid's heading to college. Tuition is $50,000 a year. Most parents drain their savings or take out crushing student loans. But you borrow from your policy. You pay for school and your cash value is still growing the entire time. Another 10 years, you want to buy a rental property. You need a down payment. You don't liquidate investments. You don't beg a mortgage broker. You access your policy. You buy the property. You pay yourself back with the rental income. And here's the beautiful part. By the time you're 70, you've used this policy to fund your life dozens of times, and it's still growing. You've recaptured hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest that normally would have gone to the banks. You built wealth and lived your life. You didn't sacrifice, you didn't wait, you didn't hope, you controlled every dollar. And now, when you're gone, your family receives a death benefit that sets them up for the next generation. That's financial sovereignty. Look, I get it, this sounds too good to be true, but here's the thing. It's not new. It's not a hack. It's not a loophole. It's a 100-year-old strategy that the wealthy have been using quietly while everyone else was told to save for retirement and pay off debt. If this video clicks for you, if you finally understand why the wealthy stay wealthy, hit that subscribe button. We're unpacking financial truth every single week. And if you want to learn more about how to set this up for yourself, check the resources in the description. I've linked everything you need to take the next step. You're not just consuming videos anymore, you're building a blueprint. You're not waiting for permission, you're taking control. This is how wealth is really built. Let's build it together.